Welcome back to the history class on Learn With Me. This is teacher Aarti here. Hi everyone. Today we begin with chapter 6, which is the last chapter of civics, directive principles of state policy and fundamental duties. Let us understand the meaning of a few words before we move ahead. What is directive? Directive is an official instruction. Principle is the general or basic truth on which other truths or theories can be based. State policy means a system in which government undertakes the chief responsibility for providing for the social and economic security of its population. In short, directive principles of state policy aim to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life. What are fundamental duties? Fundamental duties are defined as moral responsibilities to obey laws of the country, to pay our taxes, and safeguard public property. Let us take a quick review of what we learned in the last two chapters. Right to equality. There will be no discrimination amongst people on the basis of religion, caste, race, sex, descent, or place of birth. Right to liberty. Indian citizens have the right to freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peaceably, freedom to form associations or unions. Right against exploitation. Right against exploitation implies the right to prevent exploitation. Cultural and educational rights. Our constitution has given the different communities the right to preserve their cultural uniqueness. Right to constitutional remedies. Our constitution itself has provided for legal remedies in case people's rights get violated. Right to freedom of religion. According to right to freedom of religion, each Indian citizen is free to practice any religion and to establish institutions for religious reasons. What are directive principles? Directive principles are the guidelines issued by the constitution makers to the union, that is the central and state governments, regarding how to achieve the objectives or goals stated in the preamble. The directive principles were included to promote welfare of people and to transform India into a developed and progressive nation. The directive principles are not binding on the governments, but they are expected to implement these principles slowly and steadily while formulating policies. Important directive principles are to secure adequate means of livelihood to all citizens. Secure is fixed and livelihood is to earn money. To secure equal pay for equal work for men and women. To secure improvement in the public health. To protect and improve monuments of environment and wildlife. To promote the educational and economic interests of the weaker sections, especially the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. To offer assistance to unemployed senior citizens and in case of sickness, to secure uniform civil code in the country. Uniform civil code is a common set of rules to treat every individual of the society as equal. Directive principles and fundamental rights are two sides of the same coin, as they create an atmosphere conducive to the growth of democracy. Conducive is favorable. Fundamental duties. Let's have a look at the fundamental duties as Indian citizens. In order to make the Indian citizens aware of their responsibilities, fundamental duties were included in the Constitution. We should be vigilant about our rights and be willing to perform our duties and responsibilities. Vigilant is alert. The benefits of welfare schemes can reach everyone provided we perform our duties. The Constitution enlists fundamental duties of the citizens. The fundamental duties are to abide by the Constitution and respect the national flag and national anthem. Abide is follow. To defend the country and render national service, to protect and improve natural environment, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence. Abjure is give up. To preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Composite is mixed. To cherish the noble ideals of the freedom struggle. To protect, uphold sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Sovereignty means the ultimate authority to govern yourself. In a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people. To promote harmony, spirit of brotherhood and respect dignity of women. Harmony is peace and dignity is honor. To develop scientific temper, spirit of inquiry and reform. Scientific temper is application of logic or rational thinking. Spirit of inquiry is a strong desire to know or learn something, or curiosity. Reform means the improvement or amendment. To strive towards excellence so that the nation rises to higher levels of achievement. Every citizen of India who is a parent or a guardian should provide opportunities of education to his or her child or ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. The benefits of the various schemes of the government cannot reach all people if they do not fulfill their fundamental duties. For example, the government has implemented several projects under its Swachh Bharat scheme, but people too need to change their habits that make public places dirty. Take a look at these pictures. Which of the fundamental duties are not being followed in the situations above? A boy scribbling on a historical structure. Which fundamental duty is not followed here? To value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. This duty is not followed here. Hanging lemon chilies. Here old superstitions are still being followed. No reform is there. So the fundamental duty to develop the scientific temper, humanism and spirit of inquiry and reform is not followed here. Damaging a public bus. To safeguard public property and to abjure violence. This duty is not being followed. A woman emptying a garbage can on the street. Is she following her fundamental duty? Absolutely no. To protect and improve the natural environment. This duty is not being followed by the women here. Let's hear some dialogues. The river in our village does not look like a river at all. What an amount of plastic waste. Even if anybody tells me, I will never throw any waste in the river. All the people of the village are throwing plastic in the river. But this boy is performing his fundamental duty and he is saying that he will never throw any waste in the river. That is all right, but what to do about those deafening sounds? People just don't seem to realize these things while celebrating festivals. While celebrating festivals, people put on loud music on loudspeakers. They do not follow their fundamental duties as Indian citizens. We should also be insistent on our responsibilities as citizens. It is our duty to protect the resources and public property of our country. Let us start step by step. Let us make a few resolutions. Resolutions are firm decisions. Let us tell girls and boys to go to school. This is easily possible. Let us use the different facilities in school responsibly. Students, do not scribble on the desk. Do not scribble on the walls. It is your school. Do not damage the equipments of the school. Always close the water tap after use. Let us be proud of our country. Let us participate in the festivals of different religions. Let us celebrate by avoiding pollution of the environment. Let us use public facilities properly and take good care of the same. Let us perform all the tasks that we have undertaken honestly, always striving for excellence. Which duties are reflected in the dialogues above? Is there a relationship between rights and duties? What do you think happens when we follow our duties? When we follow our duties, we can enjoy our rights too. As an Indian citizen, I am following my fundamental duties. Are you following your fundamental duties? If not, start from today, right now. That's it for today. Goodbye and good day.